Hi, baby.
Hi.
Oh, cheers. It's good to see you. Oh, uh, um, um,
I woke up not feeling so great.
and she's been concerned about my health.
But I've got lots of energy.
She feels like she's getting a cold this morning, starts sneezing. She's been sneezing the last couple days. I also was sneezing the last few days, and I was fearful that I had given it to you, but I never suffered. And so we talked, and she went in, took one of those Biden COVID tests. Negative.
Negative. Well, I wanted to make sure.
I know it, and then I did too, because well, you were talking to your friend, and I was
had it too.
I was talking shit about some guy saying, I was in China, I never suffered. And I'm like, fucking... He's the guy on one side of the political party that wants everything to collapse, because if he doesn't keep doing what he's doing, the guy that's got all the dirt on him is gonna fucking drive him into the ground, so he's forced to fucking say shit like this. And they say, no problem. And I'm like, it's so confusing. I'm thinking, I thought China was our enemy. You mean they've got the best fucking air in the world, even though it's smog polluted? I got tears coming to eyes, wishing it would rain to wash the fucking dirt out of the air. And now suddenly, I mean, at the same time, I'm hearing all this stuff about air quality and things like that. And I'm like, and I'm saying to people, I heard that if you ran a half hour in commute time in San Jose, it was like smoking a pack of cigarettes. And so I said, well, I might as well quit running, and I started smoking. So, it's a wash. That I was talking about this stuff, and I'm thinking, I really don't see the problem. I've sneezed. I've been sneezing the last few days. I thought I was coming down with something. I'm like, uh-oh, here comes the COVID again, just in time for the 4th of July.
Right.
And then she's talking to her friend.
Yeah. And she had it too. She just the runny nose. I feel
She had
fine.
a napkin in her hand the whole time we were talking, and it's like, wait a minute.
Great energy. My energy is like 100%. Had a great workout today. I swept and mopped all the floors in the house by 6:30 a.m.
I thought for sure she had COVID, because when I get COVID, I get supercharged, like I want to kill everything around me.
All the floors swept and mopped, and got my workout in and took a shower, and
I was talking to her while she was doing it.
8:30.
I was talking to her while she was doing all this stuff.
Pounding it out at work.
At work.
But I just, oh my gosh, just my nose was just, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I get sick? 'Cause I'm not around anybody. I work remotely. I'm not around anybody.
I should let you know right now, this is a public service announcement. This is to keep people from getting too worried. Do not go out and get vaccinated if you haven't already by now, because if that's the case, you're probably on the other side, and we don't mind if you're too debilitated to vote. But this is it. It's like, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, the Canadian wildfires
and Grayling, Crawford
are coming down through
County.
New York, and so the air quality is really bad.
Antrim County.
And then about 2 hours north of us, there's some really bad fire that happened. And so I was talking to my friend.
Where we just
were.
were.
And I'm like, and she was like, oh yeah, the air quality is so bad. I'm like, the light bulb went on. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like totally Yoda. She's always been Yoda. She calls me Grasshopper. Oh, Grasshopper.
Well,
But
That's
it's
the
what it
thing.
is. So I took a test anyway, and that came out negative just for our
We had to be
own
sure.
information.
We wanted to know if the people were dying
But
around
apparently-
us were confirmed or unconfirmed.
I'm a delicate flower, and I'm
kills.
sensitive to the air quality.
So we haven't done any science on this. It's just anecdotal. It's social fucking communication.
Well, New York
between
has the
people.
worst air quality in the world right now. As of yesterday, New York had the worst, and we're not that far from New York. We're
And
right
it
around
made
the
me
corner.
feel like
I thought I had a cold. It's
What's his
not.
name?
It's just
Charlton Heston from My Cold Dead Hands. It made me feel like Charlton Heston when I saw those pictures of New York. I was like, God damn you!
I know,
You
I feel so
destroyed
bad
it
for
all!
I feel so bad for them.
And as it turns out, you may not be sick and dying. I don't want to tell you this because if you don't want to go to the hospital because you're afraid they're going to fucking vaccinate you and you're sitting there going, I. If you're sick and dying and you don't want to go there and you stay at home, the diabetes you're suffering and the cholesterol and everything else might be enough in conjunction with the stress of the fear of helping your human fucking neighbors from getting a deathly illness. That stress alone, it might keep you from voting.